Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chair now recognizes himself for an opening statement.
Here we go.
Can we include that the White House put pressure on us to censor the lab leak theory? That's the question Mark Zuckerberg asked in a group text with the top people at Facebook. That's the question he posed to Sheryl Sandberg, Nick Clegg, Joel Kaplan, the top people at Facebook on July 16th, 2021.
Yep.
Now, what prompted this group text? What prompted him to ask that question about the White House putting pressure on Facebook to censor the lab leak theory? Earlier that day, President Biden said Facebook is killing people. That's what got him talking. That's what got him texting. That's what got him asking, can we put out this statement that the White House has been putting pressure on us to censor the lab leak theory? Ms. Sandberg responded in that text message. She said, they're scapegoating us. Mr. Zuckerberg further countered or further stated, Facebook had been combating misinformation just like the White House wanted, but now there's this coordinated attack by the White House against us.
Seriously?
Now think about it. Facebook, Mr. Zuckerberg was saying Facebook was doing exactly what the White House wanted, but it still wasn't good enough. Now, we should back up a few months. Senior White House officials, in particular the two guys testifying here today, Mr. Flaherty and Mr. Slavitt, had regular phone calls and meeting with Facebook officials. One March meeting, Mr. Flaherty said, and this is again from the internal communications we got when we subpoenaed Facebook, Mr. Flaherty said, my bias is to kick people off the platform. White House is telling a social media platform, one of the biggest ones in the world, you should kick people off your platform if they're saying things we don't like. In another one, Mr. Flaherty says he can quote, can you change the algorithm so Americans don't see news from outlets like the Daily Wire? Telling a company, the government, the White House, telling a company, change your algorithm so Americans don't see news outlets like the conservative Daily Wire. Now, Mr. Slavitt didn't want to be left out. He also got in on the censorship effort. He told Nick Clegg he was outraged that Facebook did not remove a meme. This one right here, did not remove a meme. What's interesting is Mr. Clegg countered that, quote, let me just read this quote. I think this is amazing. Mr. Clegg, British member of parliament who works at Facebook, I countered that removing content like that would represent a significant incursion into traditional boundaries of free expression in the United States. An incursion into traditional boundaries of free expression in the United States. Think about it. You got the British guy telling the American guy how the First Amendment works. It's not just any British guy. It's the British guy who's a member of the British Parliament telling the American guy who works for the President of the United States, this is an incursion into the First Amendment, into free expression. Now, it wasn't just Facebook. It wasn't just Facebook. On day 3, the White House sent an email to Twitter. Ms. Clark Humphrey sent the email. We've talked about this one before. This email said, January 23rd, 2021, third day of the Biden administration. Email goes to Twitter. Hey folks, wanted to flag the below tweet and I'm wondering if we can get moving on the process for having it removed ASAP. Next sentence. And then if we can keep an eye out for tweets that fall in this same genre, that would be great.
Oh my God.
White House, third day of the administration, telling Twitter, take down this tweet as soon as possible, and any other tweets like it, make sure you're taking them down too. That's probably censorship at its worst. And oh, by the way, the tweet was from Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Chairman. Ms. Bradford, in your testimony, did I understand you right? So that you want to end all plastic manufacturing?
I said the plastics industry must be stopped.
So does that mean end plastic manufacturing?
I mean, in my dream world, sure, but I think that, go ahead.
No, so I don't mean to be condescending here. I just point out, what's going to replace your glasses? Like,
So
why
I
would you wear
do
your
know,
glasses around your face? They're made of plastic.
maybe.
No,
I don't know what they're made out of.
They are. What about, and I'm just pointing out some things here because I just want to be realistic when we're having conversations, because when statements are made like this, I just want to open people's eyes and say, well, okay, that's easy to say, but what's the solution? Your water bottle in front of you.
This one?
Yes. That plastic?
No.
The lid is. That's plastic.
Right. So
Right.
I would say to
your
your
cell phone-
question that I would first be concerned about single-use plastics, and then we can talk about alternatives to this.
Your cell phone there. Is it plastic?
The cases, but it's glass because I broke
Oh, the components
this
inside of it's
screen
not
yesterday.
plastic? The components made out of it's not in plastic? They are. The water that you filled that water bottle up with, where'd you fill that water bottle up out of?
A water filling station.
All right, and it was delivered by a drink station that was plastic?
I didn't check.
The edges are. The piping coming to it. Now, you have a couple choices with the piping. We could go back to using wood, but then you have to line it in chemical. Or we could go back and use lead, because we used to have water piping that was lead. That was harmful to us. We go back to galvanized, but galvanized rust and had discoloration. We go back to copper, but copper has to be mined, and everybody wants to stop mining in the U.S. So you use plastic to deliver piping that you fill that water bottle up with today. I point this out because the clothes you have on, I guarantee you have plastic in it. The shoes you have on your feet, the soles of those shoes are plastic. So we talk about any plastic manufacturing, and everybody in here cheers when you say that, but everybody here is depending on plastic as you set. So if you want to end it, then quit using it.
Here a miracle make in every day, turning ordinary moment into a taste by Skinner. His magic wand, he created wonder so from a miracle. May can you see in him? Generosity, the earth are set free. Every smile, every joy is there. A miracle make fucking desert. Does the mundane and the routine here's bring on life. Been no tattoo smile, no flavor to end. In the current mirror, let up burning. Here a miracle make in every day, turning ordinary moment into a taste by Skinner. His magic wand, he created wonder so from oh, a miracle man, can you see generosity the earth I set free every smile every joy is there a miracle make walking desert there's a moon down and the road in years bring online around deep in no text to smile no flavor to gain in the current mirror